Okay, back again. This time you can see I've taken the CRT out with its interconnections. You can see a bit more of the logic board now. Down here, this beast here is a voltage regulator, which I think is the main culprit. There's a series transistor here. This is a variable voltage regulator. Input comes here from the transformer. A couple of diodes here. Just a halfway type regulator. Capacitors for smoothing. The important thing is over here is a Zener diode. Just zooming in a little bit. Hopefully that beast has stopped the 5-volt rail going up and damaging any of these chips. I just take this connector off like so. It'll allow me to pull the board up just a little bit so you can see a bit more of the TTL type logic on there. Down the bottom over here are all the EEPROMs. You can probably see them. That's a 6502 processor. Don't know why there's a heatsink on that particular chip. There's yet another ROM over here. Okay, there's an interesting chip there, got BCT1 on it. Moving up to the corner, this is the audio chip. I've also got one of those that's basically arrived, but I'm waiting for this beast here to come. Okay, been powering it up through a variac over here, and so I can basically work on it slowly. Just to help you out, for all those following along with Japanese at home, this is the magic circuit diagram. This is all you've got roughly, showing the transformers there and the fuses. Moving down, these again, it's all in Japanese. There are some telltale signs, it helps. There's a speaker down there. So up on this side is that connector you were looking at, and thank goodness you can see some of the voltages are marked there. Look, AC, ground, moving up, plus 7.5 DC, unregulated, at least they put them in English, 14 volts, etc. Well, I know the 14 volts, etc. is getting over to that board, but from there on we've got a problem. So I'm moving over now to, this is the CRT I've taken out, which this would have been adapted from a normal TV type monitor. It's a precision inline tube, so there's no convergence to worry about to a certain extent. Line output transformer down there. I haven't powered up any of this yet. There's one of its connectors here. This has only got a few wires on it, and this will be the power supply side. I'll just swing the monitor around so you're looking at the back. This plug over this side is going to be the video and the sync type. There's a red, a green and a blue wire, which tells me that's RGB. The white one will be the sync and the black one will be the earth. Moving down the side here, you can probably see this is the driver board to the RGB guns. So you'll see 3 transistors and that there, one for red, one for green, one for blue. Power transistor down there. We look a little bit, if we can focus that in, that's the CRT base, and there's 3 transistors, larger transistors on the base there. Those are going to be the main drivers to the tube there for its RG and B. Okay, that's all there is at the moment. There's the EHT connection. probably about 18 to 20 kV on there, maybe a little bit less because it's only a I haven't measured it, it's about a 14-inch tube all the way around. So if I just move around and come back, there you go. Standard phosphor won't be able to focus, I don't think, on it, but all that phosphor in there will be RG and B dots. There'll be a shadow mask behind it. So that's basically it. Just coming round, looking back down again. That's as far as I've got with it at the moment. Another view over there, the coin mechanism. There is a bit of a manual with it. Oh, move off the job sheet so that, and so for all those that can understand Japanese, this will all make complete sense. I can see we got RGB there. Look, that's the tube, and that's the Aqueduct connection point on there. It's basically like a large capacitor as such. EHT will be coming in wherever. It might be on that there, but there should be a connection to ground from there. Right, just moving down this quickly, it shows us volts. See, this is the 100 volts coming in. There's two transformers here. This one is the one that takes 230, 240 in. There's an output then for all the other voltages, and would you believe there's a 110 volt output that feeds into that second transformer there, which is acting actually as an isolation transformer, which is interesting because it's going in at that voltage and coming out again. 7 VAC, I'm assuming that means. There's your speaker, and that'll be the speaker IC. Okay, if I just turn the page over, because this is where it gets more interesting. So there you go, look, 100 volts, AC 50, 60 hertz, and reading back the Japanese to you, this particular unit is fully professionally made, and a PCB of 7 volts can be adapted for all different games and things. It says, look there, 95 to 105 there, up and around the houses, down the squiggly bit down there, and there you go. And the PCB is this, that and the other, and that lot there as well. And it even shows the connections over here. There's no actual circuit diagram for the logic board. It carries on page after page, and there's some interesting ones in here. Look, these are the ones I like. See, little chap there, look, making certain you don't get any sun on the beast. He doesn't like hot fires either, and yeah, he doesn't particularly want it smoking or anything like that. And also don't quite know what that means, not to stand on it, perhaps, I don't know, or whatever that is there, I don't know. Moving over here, this is all technical stuff, as you can see. E, I suppose, stands for Earth. Oh, and this connection is not happy like that for some reason or other. And this bloke here, look, he's quite interesting too. Look, he's got 90 to 110 volts plugging in, and we got the magic smoke coming out. Do not know what that means whatsoever. Turning it over, it shows the chappie who's a bit worried because he's going to come in with his testing meter. That could be fun and games then, doesn't it? This gives you roughly what would probably come on the screen. And there you go. Shan't bore you with the rest of this because unless you're really good at Japanese, it won't make too much sense to you. Turn this page over. A few more little diagrams here. One showing the lid, what the buttons do at the front, showing you, I think, where the volume control and all that would be. Next page. Oh, okay, so it's showing us where the fuses and that are down here. Don't quite know where we got a pattern generator. On here, look, it's saying ROM, RAM, table, one coin bonus and tank. Move from that a minute and come back to the board. Look, you can see there's a dip switch arrangement here. Look, 1 to 6. And if I look under the lid, you'll see Tank Battalion. Shows us the dip switches. And then it shows us what switches to move to what position. And at shipment, look, it shows us that switch 1 should be off, 2 should be off, 3 should be on, 4 should be on, 5 should be on and 6 should be off. At this moment in time I can tell you 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are on and 6 is off. Another close-up of that regulator, and I'm pretty certain this is the series transistor to go with it, but it's got 12 volts or so going over to the audio IC, and the rest of it of course is all 5 volt for the logic, and that is it. Of course, what would actually happen with this particular machine, the game would be changed via changing this whole panel. So this will be a uniform type of connection, and as a different game was required, that would just change and the whole logic would be changed. Right, I'll just put that back together, put it over there again. Just have a little last look round this side and say that's what I'm going to be working on. As I power up, turn the voltage up at the moment, I get a hum coming from the speaker as I get up to about 40 odd volts going in, and the voltage on the regulator and that is not regulating. So I've got to get that bit going, and then I'll think about this later on. I could power this up with a separate 100 volts, but we're not going to get any raster, any display or anything on there until we've got actually a feed for the sync and that basically the scanning etc will be reliant on proper sync and that coming out of there. It's not a composite video, it needs proper sync pulses. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'll keep you posted when the thing hopefully is working. Oh, one last thing which you might be interested in. I've changed the mains lead. Hopefully you might be able to see that. The red lead is earth, and black and white. White is live, black is neutral, but the red was the earth connection. So quite confusing, as you can imagine. So took that out, and I've put a proper mains lead in at the moment. So we've just got the brown, blue, and obviously the earth one. This is all still loose at the moment while I've been working on it, so it's not properly done. Back down into the switch there. Don't know what the red one's for. Might be for credit. There's a on-off switch there. There's yet another on-off switch, whatever that is. There's the volume control. Back down to the fuses again. This has obviously been disconnected for the coins, because that would have had something on there. So it's set up for free play. Right, there we go. Thank you very much, and on with the show, as they say.